Big news involving President Donald Trump and the war against the drug cartels. There has been a bombshell piece that shows a secret war has actually been raging for some time, and elite units are smacking targets, pretty much spearheaded by the CIA at this point in time. So, this is great news. We know President Trump wants to handle the drug cartels. Now we have an actual piece of evidence that proves this has been going on for some extended period of time without the public even knowing. So we are going to get into exactly what has happened. We are going to get into exactly what is unfolding. And I can barely contain my joy. I'm so happy whenever these pieces of garbage get kicked in the face. I absolutely love it. Before we get started, as always, please make sure to like and subscribe. Totally free. Costs you guys absolutely nothing at all, and is a huge, 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 huge boost to the channel. Comment with your thoughts below. I want to see what your comments are. I want to know what you guys think of us hitting drug targets. Let me know in the comments below. Hit that notifications bell. All notifications turned on. You won't miss a single thing. You'll have the best information on the web. And then right here, Instagram, David_Hookstead, X D Hookstead. That's where you can find me on social media. Go ahead and give me a follow there as well. DMs are open if you want to send me any information. As we know, President Donald Trump has made it a crystal clear top priority to handle the drug cartels in a overwhelming and brutal fashion. That included blowing up a drug boat that had 11 TDA members, Tren de Aragua members on it, that were sailing their poison towards the U.S. They dropped a missile right on it. They blew it out of the water to send a message to all the other nasty cartel members that if you want to bring your poison to the United States, we have weapons you won't even see coming from the sky. Then you'll be vaporized in the ocean, and that'll be the end of that. While this is going on, they've also beefed up border security. They're flying drone flights, spy flights. They are mobilizing military assets. We have naval ships off the coast of Venezuela. We've shot up another drug boat earlier this week. So things are very fast moving. They're very quick. Things are changing rapidly like this. We know this to be true. And it really is, all signs point to further escalation, not de-escalation. You can't negotiate with these people. Better to just kill them and get them out of the way than play this game of cutting off, or I'm sorry, not cutting off, of attempting to interdict drugs and arresting them, and doesn't work. Tried that. Sounds good. Doesn't work, as Trump would say. So we are now taking very, very, very aggressive steps to do this. Well, Reuters had a piece, I'll throw this up on the screen, that published a day or two ago about the secret war. Its headline is Inside the CIA's Secret Fight Against Mexico Drug Cartels. And it's revealed in this piece that actually we have been smashing cartel targets covertly for some time now, working with the most elite Mexican military units. So the best guys in the CIA are joining the best guys that they trust and are vetted in Mexico. They're joining forces to absolutely crush drug cartel targets in Mexico. I'm going to read you guys some of this. It says, the CIA has a long history of operations in Latin America, particularly during the Cold War, when the agency worked with military juntas and dictators to counter leftist governments and guerrillas. The agency also helped topple South America's drug trafficking empires at the end of the 20th century. But the U.S. spy agency's secret fight against Mexico's cartel leaders has gone largely unreported. The CIA vetted Mexican Army and Navy units have played key roles in planning or executing the majority of captures of high-profile narcos in recent years. The Army outfit is comprised of hundreds of CIA-trained special forces and is seen as the military force in Mexico most capable of nabbing heavy armed drug cartels lords holed up in fortified mountain hideouts, the security sources say. That has turned the CIA into the gatekeeper of American anti-narcotic operations in Mexico, according to current and former U.S. security sources. The CIA is the facilitator and the coordinator on some of the most important anti-narcotics issues in Mexico, said a recently departed senior official in the U.S. Embassy in Mexico City. Those units are extremely important. So what they're saying here is that we have teamed up, just like I just said, we have teamed up with the most elite members their equivalent of like Green Beret direct action guys, probably a hybrid of a tier 1, tier 2 unit by Mexico's standards, obviously not by our standards. Our tier 1 is something, any of our tiers are something that the Mexican government couldn't dream of having, right? So it says, for decades, the U.S. Drug Enforcement Administration has been the face of U.S. anti-narcotics efforts in Mexico. The DEA and other law enforcement agencies, such as Homeland Security Investigations, lead U.S. efforts to investigate suspected drug traffickers and gather evidence that is admissible in U.S. courtrooms. These agencies also work with Mexican counterparts to execute complex capture operations. But inside the U.S. Embassy, the CIA spearheads the high-level coordination between the myriad of U.S. agencies working on anti-narcotics, the American security sources said. To some, the embassy's seating arrangement symbolizes the power dynamic. CIA analysts and those of other U.S. intel agencies sit on the same floor as the ambassador. DEA, HSI, and other law enforcement have their desks on the floor below. Here we go. It says, in response to detailed questions from Reuters, the White House said in a statement, the United States and Mexico are working as sovereign partners to successfully stop the illegal flow of deadly narcotics across the border and eliminate cartel networks responsible. So they are confirming that they are hitting targets. Like they are going out and hitting targets. So if we scroll down here, it says new insights into the CIA vetted units in the U.S. spy agency's extensive anti-narcotic activities come as the Trump administration is weighing a dramatic escalation of U.S. drug war in Mexico, one that could strain the bilateral relationship. The CIA and U.S. law enforcement have long operated south of the border solely at the discretion of the Mexico government, which green lights all capture operation and uses Mexican forces to execute them. But Trump has publicly said Washington may take unilateral military action in Mexico if the Mexican government failed to dismantle the drug cartels. His administration has designated several cartels as foreign terrorist organizations, which former national security officials say laid the groundwork for military action inside the country. And then right here, it says, as for Mexico, U.S. military and intelligence officials in recent months discussed options for carrying out deadly strikes against cartels in the country, according to two U.S. officials involved with the talks. What roles the CIA could play in such a campaign is unclear. The CIA and U.S. Special Operations Forces often work side by side on complex operations, particularly since the U.S. war on terror began a generation ago, former CIA and military officials said. So what this Reuters piece is saying is that the CIA and the Trump administration, aided by elite elements of the U.S. intel apparatus, possibly the military, have raged and waged a covert war against the drug cartels that now might be brought out into the open with unilateral strikes in Mexico carried out by the United States military. As I've said many times, what would those strikes look like? They would look like tier 1 operators, maybe supported by the Army Rangers, definitely air power, going in and lighting up the bad guys. And if that happens, the bad guys will be hit with power they didn't even know existed on this planet. All these drug cartel members love to think they're very tough. They love to think that they can stop the United States military. They love to believe they're tougher and more powerful than we are. If we come in with tier 1 elements, they are going to have no idea what hit them. So we now know they've secretly been smacking targets with elite units. Now they might go public with it. That's what we saw when they blew the boat up. They said, you know what? Screw it. We tried it the nice way. We tried it the polite way. Hit them with a missile. And if they don't like that and they try it again, hit them with another missile. And if they don't like that, we'll do this over and over and over again. And we should. These people have allowed their poison to flow into our country. They've allowed their poison to kill our people. They've allowed their poison to fracture our communities, destroy families. And we're not taking it anymore. We're taking our country back. And we're not asking to take our country back. We're telling these people we're taking our country back. And if you don't like it, then that's your problem. But we're not letting drugs destabilize this country anymore. We're not letting the cartels have their way with this country anymore. This is the United States of America. I'm an American. Many of you watching this are Americans. We have the duty and obligation to demand that our government stop this garbage. And that's exactly what President Trump's going to do. That's exactly what we're going to do. And it needs to happen. And if it needs to happen in brutal fashion, so be it. They could have given up. They could have walked away from the table. They could have disappeared. They've chosen they want to fight it out. Well, now they can fight it out against the most elite military on the world. On the planet, I should say. In the world, on the planet. You get my point. So let's hope it happens, and let's hope we send a tough, tough message. But I want to know what you guys think. Let me know in the comments below. How do you want to see this situation handled? How do you want to see President Trump hit the cartels, hit the disgusting, disgusting cartels? Please make sure to like and subscribe. Totally free, costs you absolutely nothing at all. Hit that bell. All notifications turn on. You won't miss a thing. And then right here, Instagram, David_Hookstead, X, D Hookstead. That's where you can find me. Please give me a follow. DMs are open. Have a great rest of your day. I'll see you all next.